Hey guys, it's Bailey. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back to another video on my channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to be continuing my 50 States build series. Just a disclaimer, I got the idea for this series from Griffey, so if you'd like to check her out, I'll have her channel linked in the description down below. This is the third video in this series that I have done, and I saw a comment on my last state build video from Evan Allaire suggesting I do Delaware. So that's the state we're going to be trying today. Just a disclaimer, if you're from Delaware and this house looks nothing like what you've seen, I do apologize. I haven't gone out a lot of places. I usually stay in my little zone of Texas. However, I tried my best to do as much research as possible while also adding some fun aspects to it. So in researching for this build, I found that some of the most common house styles in Delaware were colonial, Dutch colonial, and Cape Cod style homes. I figured since Delaware is right off the East Coast, it would be cool to build this home in Brindleton Bay, which is the world that came with the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. Since I wanted to build in Brindleton Bay, I thought the most fitting house style for, that that world would be a Cape Cod style home. Some key features of Cape Cod homes include them being one story, occasionally with dormers or later on a second floor. They usually have steep gabled roofs. They also usually have a symmetrical facade, a large central chimney, and shingles or wood siding. Because of these features, I tried to make the house mostly symmetrical, especially the main rectangular box in the middle where the kitchen and living area are inside. I also put two chimneys on the exterior, one being on the right side and one being in the middle before the bump out on the left. For the exterior, I used wood siding, and from what I noticed, most Cape Cod homes use white siding, but I chose to use some light blue siding because I don't know if you guys are aware, but Delaware actually has state colors, these being colonial blue, which is a like greeny blue color, and then the color buff, which is somewhat of a darker yellow. For landscaping, I surrounded most of the house with bushes from base game and then tried to use a few of the cats and dogs trees to match the surrounding area outside the lot. For the interior of the home, I mostly tried to use varying shades of blue wallpapers, and when it came to wood tones, I tried to use a lot of light wood, since that's usually, the coastal style, the Cape Cod like colors. Um, for interior decor, I tried to focus on the coastal style, of course. And then for most of my artwork, I tried to use many of the paintings from Cats and Dogs since they tend to have a beachy vibe. I actually used a lot of things from Cats and Dogs. I think I also used a lot of cottage living. I am very aware that this house and a lot of my previous state build houses use a lot of packs. I'm not that great about, controlling myself when it comes to packs. But anyways, this home has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. I thought the people who might own this home would possibly be 2 parents, maybe 1 or 2 grandparents, and 2 children, or possibly 1 child and a teen, maybe. With that in mind, the bedroom on the left side of the house was intended to be the grandparents' bedroom, with an ensuite bathroom. I felt like the shell of this house was very large, and therefore I felt I had to fill the space somehow. Because of this, I added a laundry room and made the bathrooms quite large. So now for some for some basic facts about Delaware. So to start, the state capital of Delaware is Dover, and Delaware's nickname is the first state. This nickname obviously came from the fact that Delaware was the first state to sign and ratify the Constitution, which means it acquired its statehood on December 7th of 1787. Another nickname the state can be known by is the Diamond State, because according to legend, Thomas Jefferson described Delaware as a jewel among states due to its location on the eastern seaboard. Interestingly enough, Delaware got its name because in 1610, an explorer named Samuel Argall named the bay and river after the governor of Virginia, Lord Delaware. Also, the first known inhabitants of Delaware were two tribes of Native Americans, the Lenape. Sorry, I'm not real great with pronunciation, but I believe it's the Lenape, and then the Nanticoke. The state bird of Delaware is the blue hen, and the state flower is the peach blossom. The state motto is liberty and independence. Also, something that I find really interesting, since I myself am a dog lover, the state dogs as of May 15th, 2019 are rescue dogs. One of Delaware's most important natural resources is its mineral-rich soil, which is ideal for farming. Because of this, soybeans, corn, potatoes, and peas are some of Delaware's top crops. The state also mines for magnesium, sand, and gravel. I'm sure most everyone is aware of how small Delaware is, but it actually only has 3 counties, which is the fewest of any U.S. state. These are Newcastle, Kent, and Sussex. Speaking of this, Delaware is actually the second smallest state in the U.S., with a land area of 1,982 square miles. For being the second smallest state, however, it has an estimated population of 1,018,396 people, which makes it among the top 9 states with the highest population density per square mile. Now for some famous people who are from Delaware. These include Aubrey Plaza, known best for her role as April Ludgate on NBC's sitcom Parks and Recreation. Ryan Phillip, best known for his role in the horror film I Know What You Did Last Summer. Stephen Marley, a singer and producer, and also the son of the legendary Jamaican singer Bob Marley. And finally, President Joe Biden. Let's move on to some weird laws that Delaware has. The first being that Delaware prohibits horse racing of any kind on Good Friday and Easter Sunday. Interestingly enough, this law was passed in 1973 and is a liberalization of the state's earlier law banning horse racing every Sunday. Also, R-rated movies shall not be shown at drive-in theaters. A lot of these weird laws are actually local, like this one where in Rehoboth Beach, it is illegal for a person to change clothes in a public restroom and or in his or her car. Another strange one is that alcohol may not be served in nightclubs if dancing is occurring on the premises at the same time. Also, pawnbrokers can't accept your wheelchair or your fake leg or arm as payment or pawn. Finally, in Delaware, getting married on a dare is grounds for an annulment. Actually, most people think that it's illegal to do. However, it is just grounds for an annulment, as I found in my research. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like on this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you'd like to download this build for your game, my gallery ID is baileyboochis. I'll have all the information for this build in the description down below. I really hope you guys are enjoying this series, and please feel free to leave me any suggestions for the next state I should try to do a build from in the comments down below. Anyways, please enjoy the screenshots. Bye, guys!